Broadcasting more than 2,000 games live, archived in 15 sports in over 10 counties in western Pennsylvania, as well as being the exclusive home for all the WPIAL playoffs and championships for nearly 2 decades. Anytime, anywhere, always there. We are the new Trib Live High School Sports Network.
Welcome to coverage of WPIAL basketball 2017-2018 here on the Trib Live High School Sports Network. High school basketball at tribhssn.triblive.com is sponsored by UPMC Sports Medicine, by AstroTurf, by Carlow University, proud sponsor of the 2018 WPIAL Girls Basketball Playoffs, and by Trib Total Media.
Good evening and welcome to continuing coverage of the 2017-18 WPIAL Girls Basketball season on the Trib Live High School Sports Network, as tonight we have a key matchup that will likely determine first place in 4A in Section 3 between the visiting Belle Vernon area Leopards and the homestanding Keystone Oaks Golden Eagles. I'm Sean Meyers alongside my broadcast colleague here tonight, Kevin Zielmanski. Kevin, this is certainly a marquee matchup. Two of the top teams in the 4A classification. Right now, Keystone Oaks has the inside track, 12-0 in the section. Belle Vernon 11-1. The previous meeting, that one went in favor of the Golden Eagles on the road. Now they're home trying to put a stamp on first place in this section.
Yeah, Sean, and obviously sweeping this series against the Leopards would put them 2 games up in the loss column, and with only 1 game remaining, that's going to clinch it. So this is going to be Belle Vernon's opportunity to give the Golden Eagles their first loss in Section 3 play and tie them for a lead in this section and possibly, depending on the results next week, share part of the section title. So the people here are excited for this game, not only for the stakes, but because they're one of their star players is approaching a milestone we'll get into soon.
Now it's time for the national anthem here at Keystone Oaks High School. The national anthem setting the tone before this key section matchup towards the end of the regular campaign. We'll introduce the starting lineups momentarily, but Kevin, you were talking about Keystone Oaks, how much this means for the Golden Eagles team and one player in particular approaching a milestone.
Yes, junior Jillian Piccolino needs 3 points to reach 1,000 points for her career. She recently gave a verbal commitment to IUP to continue playing after she graduates in 2019. But Sean, as we were preparing to start, she had a family member stop by, an aunt, to let us know that she has others stretched out across not only the country but the world listening to us for this game. Her grandparents are in South Carolina,
Okay.
so shout out to them because it's probably a lot warmer there than it is here. So
I
they're
think
smart
that's
enough.
accurate, yes.
She has an uncle, Frank, that's in New York listening, and a cousin, Miranda, who's trying to dial us in from Hong Kong. So we're stretching the globe today for this critical girls 4A Section 3 matchup here at Keystone Oaks High School.
It's actually tomorrow, I would assume.
Yeah, it would be tomorrow. She's
Hong Kong.
listening probably in the morning, maybe in her cube somewhere or her office or on the road doing whatever she's working.
So let's take a look at the starting lineups. They're being introduced on the floor now. We'll begin with the visiting Belle Vernon area Leopards under the guidance of head coach Lisa Fairman in her 7th season. The starting lineup is as follows. Number 3, Taylor Kovac, a 5'4" senior guard. She's joined by number 5, Kelsey Green, a 5'9" senior guard. Number 11, Kiera Buff. She stands at 5'6" as a senior guard. Caitlin Trombley, number 20, a 5'6" senior guard, and Riley Campbell, she is a 5'8" senior forward. The starting lineup for Belle Vernon area. So it's Kovac, Green, Buff, Trombley, and Campbell. On the other side, for the homestanding Keystone Oaks Golden Eagles, under the guidance of Ron Mazinski, the 3rd-year head coach for KO, it is number 11, Olivia Stumpo, a 5'8" senior forward. She's joined by number 3, Isabella Bogdan, a 5'11" junior guard. Number 22, Jalen Hoffman. She's also in the starting lineup, standing 5'4", a junior guard. She's joined by Jillian Piccolino. We alluded to her, number 30, a 5'11" junior guard forward. And number 32, Keegan Brownlee, rounds out the starting lineup. Brownlee, a point guard, standing 5'7", a senior. She's also made a college commitment. She'll be joining her sister at Carlow University as a member of the Celtics. And ironically, Lisa Fairman, the head coach of Belle Vernon area, had been an assistant for Carlow for the past several years. She's now at W&J helping out.
Both teams riding 8-game winning streaks. Keystone Oaks averaging 57.5 per game offensively, allowing 40.4. The Leopards averaging 51.2 offensively, defensively allowing 41.8.
As the tip controlled by Keystone Oaks, going left to right, wearing the white jerseys with the gold numbers. Belle Vernon going the opposing way, right to left, wearing the green jerseys with the gold numbers. As KO's Huffman with the basketball, pull-up jumper from 12 feet is good. Good start for Keystone Oaks. It's 2-0 in favor of the Golden Eagles.
Looked like she was going to drive to the rim and stopped and pulled up in the key.
Now full court pressure applied by KO. Belle Vernon able to defuse it initially, but good back pressure by a pair of Keystone Oaks players, including the aforementioned Hoffman, to poke the basketball out of bounds. It will stay with the Leopards.
Early indication is the Eagles are going to press and use their speed.
Buff triggers the basketball and wide open. Jump shot goes just inside the arc for Riley Campbell. Both teams scoring on their initial possession. It's 2-2. Now Keystone Oaks slowly bringing the basketball up the floor across the timeline with Hoffman. She dribbles behind the back, loses the handle. Kovac comes up with it. Now a bounce pass, left-handed layup attempt off the mark. Offensive rebound, second chance opportunity, no good for Buff. And a battle for the rebound, basketball up in the air, but it's controlled by Keystone Oaks. Good opportunity for Belle Vernon there in transition, but they couldn't pay it off, Kevin.
Yeah, it was a good steal by Taylor Kovac, but just not able to finish around the rim, and a couple cracks at it too.
Brownlee dishes into the corner to Hoffman. Basketball out of bounds off of what looked to be a pair of sneakers. It'll stay with Keystone Oaks. 6:44 remaining in this first quarter. We play 4 quarters, 8 minutes in length at the high school level. As a jump shot from the right wing goes for Keystone Oaks. Piccolino, and with that trifecta, she has reached 1,000 points. It took just over a minute as they stopped the game to acknowledge that, and that's quite a way to get that milestone.
Yeah, she got the off the inbounds play. The ball went to Jalen Hoffman, who found Jillian Piccolino around the right wing side just behind the arc, and she launched it, and it rattled in the cage, and they're now going to whistle it dead and huddling around Jillian and the other starters right in front of the bench. They got signs. They have balloons. 1-0-0-0, 4 different balloons. So it was a nice moment for Jillian and her family in attendance, and I'm sure those listening to us.
It did not take her long,
No.
and I think that that's probably a relief for her to
get it out of the way
get
quickly.
out of the way and now focus on this critical matchup as the basketball out of bounds last off of Piccolino. It'll stay with Belle Vernon area. The officials for this game, the referee George Hendrickson, Tom Carroll, and Brian Rumsky join him. Once again, full court pressure. That was the difference the first time these teams met. That was a Keystone Oaks victory as Belle Vernon able to break the pressure, get a point-blank opportunity. First doesn't go. Campbell's turnaround shot doesn't go, but a third chance converted by Kelsey Green. It's 5-4, Keystone Oaks up by just one.
Good work on the boards there. Second chance points for the Leopards. Playing a 1-2-2 defense.
Three-pointer once again for Keystone Oaks. This one an air ball by Brownlee. And then we have a whistle. The first foul of this contest goes against Belle Vernon.
I didn't quite see. It's going to be on Caitlin Trombley.
As a result, going to the line, Piccolino trying to get point 1001 for her career. She does, courtesy of the swish. Now substitution for Keystone Oaks. Linda Washburn, typically a starter for the team, but they went a little bit smaller tonight to match the speed of Belle Vernon, so she's off the bench. Piccolino second, trying to extend the lead. That's pure as well, making it 7-4 Keystone Oaks. Less than 2 minutes into this first quarter. Leopards Green runs into a double team, so she chucks a pass across to Trombley. Now she slows the pace down in the half-court set. Green backs it up. Defended by Piccolino. Now Green all the way to the cup, leaves the layup short. Offensive rebound again. Another putback on the glass. Riley Campbell puts it home, and that's been a strength so far for Belle Vernon. As a full timeout taken, we will step aside as well. The score 7-6 in favor of Keystone Oaks. Early stages of quarter number one. You're listening to 2017-18 WPIAL Girls Basketball. It's sponsored by Carlow University. It's here. It's on the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
Better athletes. Athletes at every level who want to get stronger and faster and prevent injuries. Fact is, no other sports medicine program in the region is more experienced when it comes to treating, training, and inspiring athletes. UPMC, the official healthcare provider of the Penguins, Steelers, and you. Find out more at upmcsportsmedicine.com.
So after the first timeout of this contest, players about to return to the floor. 7-6 the lead in favor of Keystone Oaks over Belle Vernon. I'm Sean Meyers alongside Kevin Zielmanski here at Keystone Oaks High School. We mentioned the first time these teams met, it went in favor of the Golden Eagles, that by the final score of 48-35. Coach Fairman was thrilled with Belle Vernon's defensive effort, but she said her best players just could not hit the shots that night. Keystone Oaks able to hit shots in the early going so far tonight as Bogdan has the basketball. She's defended by her number 3 counterpart, Kovac. Now addition to the far corner. Pass to the post, a turning shot by Bogdan, no good, but she's fouled and will head to the charity stripe.
Yeah, that was Bogdan had made a nice drive, kicked it to the corner, and then posted up her defender. She had a little size advantage. Took the entry pass from the player in the corner and turned and got the foul. First one on Kovac. She makes that first one.
So Bogdan extends her team's lead to 8-6. As moving in to the lane is Jalen Hoffman for a rebound opportunity here, potentially for Keystone Oaks. Not needed, however, as Bogdan swishes the second. Good start from the line for Keystone Oaks. It is 9-6.
Right into the pressure. Good job by the, almost.
Well, that one just off the hand of Kovac. And to your point, she's diminutive at 5'4". Maybe if she had been about 5'7", she would have been able to haul that one in. Instead, it goes for a turnover.
Yeah, they did a nice job going in, coming back to the center of the court, swinging it to the other side and getting in the middle, but that went off her fingertips.
Piccolino with the basketball, surveys the scene. Now moves it up top to Hoffman.
A lot of space in the middle of the key of that zone of the Leopards.
Piccolino tries to get inside with the left and off of glass for 2 points. She's off to a hot start, 7 points. It's now 11-6 in favor of the home squad. Belle Vernon quickly comes the other way, drawing contact and finishing through. It was Trombley. Good job That time, without a whistle coming, she was still able to hit the shot.
Yeah, just kind of hoisted it up and went right in. So beat the press, and they got 2 driving to the glass.
Huffman dishes to Piccolino, moves it into the corner back to Huffman. She dribbles up top. And a bounce pass to the near side. Now a quick trigger 3, misses everything by Bogdan. Basketball out of bounds. It'll be Belle Vernon's possession. As Keystone Oaks calls upon Gabby Harris to enter the contest. Harris, a 5'6" sophomore. As the Leopards trying to get the basketball into the front court, they do, courtesy of Kovac. Now she quickly moves the ball for a transition jumper. That's knocked down for Buff. Kiera Buff just inside the arc.
Belle Vernon's doing the same thing each time to break the press. They throw it on one side of the court, swing it back through the intermediary, and then they get in the middle of the court and they run an odd man break.
Piccolino goes inside, dishes off to a teammate for the jumper, but Brownlee misses everything. A lot of air balls in the early going for Keystone Oaks. Now a drive inside, contact, and the first foul committed by the Golden Eagles. Good aggressive attack that time by Trombley.
Yeah, it looked like Washburn had good position there on the low block, but you force the officials to make a decision, drive the lane, throw it up at the rim. She's going to get the opportunity for a couple foul shots.
First one off the mark, however. Second one upcoming as Keystone Oaks brings Bogdan back onto the contest. Second foul shot, that one is converted by Trombley. That makes it 11 even.
She now has 3.
Teo gets the basketball down low. Good job by Washburn to receive the pass and then spin for the easy layup. 13-11 to lead back to Keystone Oaks. And now a turnover coming the other way. Opportunity missed, but ball tipped around. It ends up with Piccolino, and she's good off of glass. Jillian Piccolino continues her impressive first quarter. She's already eclipsed 1,000 points tonight, and that most recent hoop has extended the lead. It is 15-11 in favor of Keystone Oaks. 3:12 remaining in this first quarter.
Couple quick baskets right there. It was a nice job by Washburn on the low block. She got the entry pass on the far side. I believe that was from Keegan Brownlee. It did a nice job spinning to the lane, laying it off the glass, and then the pressure caused a turnover, and they got the other one.
We were provided statistics for Belle Vernon, which we always appreciate. There are 2 girls averaging in double figures in scoring. Buff leading the way with 11.5. Trombley at 10.8. So they are the 2 top scorers to keep an eye on for the Leopards tonight. Again, scoring was an issue the first time these teams met. It's a little bit more high scoring, at least in the early going here tonight, than the first meeting. As the Leopards get the basketball to Campbell. She passes to the middle of the floor. And now a transition 3-pointer. That one in and out for Buff. Defensive rebound by Piccolino. Goes ahead of the pack. Now she gets to the foul line. Dishes a bounce pass. Good ball movement around the perimeter. And ends up in the hands of Bogdan. She thought about giving it inside. Now we'll dribble back further away from the arc. 2:41 remaining in period number 1. Dish inside off of glass. It's good for Washburn and the foul. She's made it 17-11 with a chance to add another point to complete the 3-point play.
Well, the Eagles had the floor imbalanced there on the right side, and it was Bogdan that finished, but she made the pass, and she kind of curled into the lane, came back to the corner along the baseline, received the pass from up top, and then made a nice bounce pass into Washburn, who again had sealed her defender and converted the layup, and now the 3-point play.
The Washburn 5 points off of the bench, making it 18-11 in favor of Keystone Oaks. Belle Vernon is not led in this contest yet as the basketball tipped out of bounds. Piccolino, with her length, is providing some problems defensively with this pressure.
Yeah, it's kind of a 2-2-1, 1-3-1 type press the Eagles are using.
Now Kovac has it into the front court, gets to the cup, throws it up. It actually went up through the net the wrong way, but she was fouled in the process.
Foul's going to be on Jalen Hoffman, who did not agree, got kind of a chuckle out of it. But aggressive play by Kovac to go right to the rim after breaking the press.
Looking for her first point, and the foul shot rattles out. The other 4 starters for Belle Vernon have found the score sheet. Kovacs trying to do the same with the second, and this time it rattles in. That makes the score 18-12 in favor of Keystone Oaks. Just under 2.5 minutes remaining in period number 1.
Here we see Piccolino bringing the ball up the floor.
Very talented player. Certainly it's already a memorable night for her. She would like to add a W to cap it off. Huffman with the basketball up top. Now she drives inside, loses the handle. Kovacs comes up with it. Left-handed dribble, now it's off of her foot, so she goes to pick it up and did a little bit too much dribbling. Bogdan came back to get the steal. Good recovery defense. Now Piccolino crosses over, extends the arm to create some room for Kovacs. The officials letting him play. Wide open three-pointer. That one converted by Huffman. So Jillian Hoffman has 5 points, making it 21-12. Now Kovacs doing a lot of dribbling, double-teamed, was able to pass off, this time to Green. Now a drive and a floater comes up short by Stieber off of the bench. Piccolino once again tracks down the loose ball.
I'm surprised the Eagles have the size advantage, and they're the team that's pressing. I thought maybe Belle Vernon use their speed, might press a little more, but they're content to drop back on defense.
This is a very athletic squad. Read any interviews with Coach Mazinski, and he will point that out repeatedly as Belle Vernon has Campbell return to the floor.
1:11 on the clock. They now have opened up a 9-point lead.
Now some trapping by Belle Vernon, nearly forces a turnover. Good job by Bogdan to come up with the basketball, however. Right in front of midcourt. Pushes to Hoffman, now a skip pass. Good feed down low, wide open layup off of glass for Aaron Feeney. Great ball movement, leads to an easy 2. It's 23-12.
Excellent ball movement.
Belle Vernon trying to come up with the same magic offensively. Kovacs with the dribble, tightly defended, moves it up top. Now the feedback door is intercepted. Good job defensively by Hoffman. She's going to try to take it coast to coast. Can't get the shot to go, but draws the foul and will head to the charity stripe with 31.2 remaining.
5th turnover of the first quarter for the Leopards.
It's certainly far too many, but it's something that this defense for Keystone Oaks forces.
Kelsey Green picked up her first foul of the game with 31.2 left first quarter.
Hoffman to the line for the first time, and she strokes it.
She's got 6 now.
Keystone Oaks doubling up the Leopards, 24-12. Second shot upcoming. 14 fouls against Belle Vernon, just 2 against the Golden Eagles. Shot put style foul shot off the mark, and the rebound goes to Green defensively. Now Green has some room to dribble into the front court. Gets to the cup, and that was far too easy. Kelsey Green taking advantage of some free space, makes it 24-14 to lead down to 10.
Did not stop the ball coming into the forecourt for the Leopards, and she took advantage.
Hoffman fancy dribbling, gets inside. Kovacs got a hand to try to force a jump ball, but ultimately it was ruled a foul.
It's going to be the second foul on Kovacs here in the first quarter. She got beat off the dribble. Instead of giving up the layup, she opted to take the foul. It's kind of tough, Sean. You can get back a basket, 2 points. Can't get back a foul.
KO's been living at the charity stripe in this first quarter. As the initial foul shot by Hoffman off the mark. She's now 1 of 3 at the stripe. Rachel Wobrak into the contest for Belle Vernon. 5'8" sophomore. Second foul shot for Hoffman. That one off the front iron and rattles home. As Washburn back to the floor, Hoffman gets a breather on the bench with just 6.9 seconds remaining. I want to thank Chris Lackner, our great videographer, for manning the camera as Green gets into the front court, dishes off. Shot at the buzzer, and it is good for Buff. Last second, she got the shot up. Great job of time recognition, and she strokes it, making 25-17 the score in favor of Keystone Oaks after the first quarter. We'll step aside. You are listening to, and more specifically watching, 2017-18 WPIAL Girls Basketball. It's sponsored by Carlow University. It's here on the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
my opponents, the trust I have in my teammates, a coach who treats me with dignity, and a university that has faith in me on and off the field. That's what keeps me focused, why I practice harder, play my heart out. I play to win. I play for Carlo. Tell us your story using #WhatDriveSYou.
Carlo University is a proud sponsor of the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
380 Discount Warehouse in Murraysville carries a full line of brand new furniture at discount pricing. 380 Discount Warehouse carries Ashley, Liberty, Vaughn Bassett, and Best Home Furniture, and many more. You can special order your furniture at discount pricing. While you're there, shop the many other departments, including tools, automotive, food, pet and wildlife, household goods and cleaning supplies, lawn and garden, and seasonal holiday decor. Visit them on the web at shop380.com or on the road at Route 380 in Murraysville. Open Tuesday through Sunday, 9 to 5. Shop 380 Discount Warehouse and save big. Right now, up big after the first quarter play. Keystone Oaks holding the 25-17 lead as Belle Vernon begins quarter number 2 in possession. And just that quickly, the Leopards turn the basketball over. Just 8 seconds in. It was, as we mentioned, a strong start for the home team, trying to sweep this season series. Pass tip, but Keystone Oaks keeps it. Brownlee feeds it down low to Bogdan, who's fouled. Fouls have been an issue for Belle Vernon, Kevin. They committed 5 in the first quarter, although this one actually not a foul. The basketball simply out of bounds.
No,
it is. Okay.
They called foul on Campbell, her first.
All right, I thought I saw the foul signal initially. So Keystone Oaks trying to extend this lead back to double digits. Hoffman doing a lot of dribbling, now tosses to Piccolino. Her quick 3 off to the right and a strong defensive rebound by Green. Now Belle Vernon throws the basketball away, and I think that's a result of this pressure defense maybe speeding up the offense.
It's making them uncomfortable, which is exactly the point of doing it. And Belle Vernon now has 7 turnovers in this game to 2 for the Eagles. And the Eagles lead by 8.
Now a turnover by Keystone Oaks. Both teams getting sloppy with the basketball. Good job of coming up with it by Trombley. Now she moves it to Green. Transition 3 in the corner. That one converted by Stieber. Her first points off the bench. The first bench points total for Belle Vernon makes it 25-20.
Sean, the way this game's going, they really shouldn't even be in this game, but they're very close still. They're only down 5.
And how about the Belle Vernon faithful here? As a 3-pointer from the corner missed, and another rebound by Kelsey Green, who subsequently fouled. Momentum starting to shift in favor of the Leopards despite trailing by 5.
Very much so. Let's see who accrues that foul. Looks like it's going to be on Hoffman, her second. I thought they put up 22 when they reported it to the scores table. 32.
So that is the first against Keegan Brownlee. But another foul. This one will be charged to Piccolino, and that will be her first.
Very quickly, things are looking up for the Leopards.
My mistake. That one charged to Brownlee, her second. So picking up 2 fouls in a matter of about 5 seconds.
Not even. I think it was like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Strange to say that.
Well, that is one of the drawbacks of constant pressure defense as the Leopards get the basketball ahead of the pack with Campbell. Now she moves it to Kelsey Green. Green feeds it to Stieber down low, off of glass and good. Lindsay Stieber providing a scoring punch, 5 points in the second quarter to make it 25-22.
Well, Green and Stieber have something going on this left side of the court, and Green's done a nice job picking up her 3rd assist.
Good ball movement leads to an opportunity down low for Bogdan. She has it swatted away, but Piccolino comes up with it. Now Brownlee fires a pass down to Hoffman. She had no room, but fortunately for her, she's going to head to the line as Riley Campbell picks up a foul, one that she probably did not have to commit, Kevin.
Yeah, she was running out of room, and the official bailed her out underneath there. I think that's going to be on 23, Gabby Harris. I have that right? Yep.
It's on Campbell.
Oh, I'm sorry, you're wrong side, Campbell. I was looking at the wrong side of the book.
And the foul shot made by Hoffman. As Washburn back to the floor. Second foul shot upcoming. Hoffman takes her time, and she nails it. So 27-22 in favor of the home squad. More pressure defense by Keystone Oaks. That's going to be the case all throughout in all likelihood. Layup opportunity off the mark by Campbell. Basketball goes out of bounds, but it will be a foul called against Keystone Oaks underneath.
Might have been an over-the-back call on Bogdan.
It's a non-shooting foul, so possession with Belle Vernon on an inbound underneath.
First foul on Bogdan.
That is the 5th team foul against Keystone Oaks. Belle Vernon already in the penalty with 7.
Good spacing here on offense by the Leopards. And there's the drive.
Trombley just a bit too strong, though. She had a good look at it. Bogdan comes up with the rebound. Keystone Oaks wearing the home white jerseys. Piccolino transition 3, woefully short. Hoffman keeps it alive, though. Good job tracking it down. Now Bogdan's going to take a three-pointer. That one, nothing but net. Isabella Bogdan, her first field goal, making it 30-22 in favor of KO.
High arcing shot with nothing but net. No rim at all.
Net barely even moved on that one as Green comes the other way, dishes it into the corner. Three-pointer the other way. That shot missed. Stieber had it initially after the air ball by Campbell. Now the basketball goes out of bounds. It will stay with Belle Vernon. And these teams like to shoot it from behind the arc.
Well, Belle Vernon is breaking the press, and I don't know if that's by design or just being the effects of the press speeding them up, but they're making 1 or 2 passes and they're chucking up the shots. And now we're going to have
an
a
official
conversation.
conference, apparently. Into the contest for Belle Vernon, Grace Henderson. She will stand out, a 6'1" freshman.
Not sure what the discussion.
I hear some people saying technical foul, and I have a feeling maybe there's an issue with something in the scorebook.
A number.
So returning to the floor, seemingly confused, is Wobrack. And I'm not sure what came of that, but everything seems to be okay now as
Coach Mazinski is literally biting his tie. He had it in his hand. He put it up to his mouth as he was talking to the officials.
Wonder what flavor tie is wearing tonight. As Belle Vernon gets the basketball and nearly turns it over, and now they do turn it over. You can see that one coming, Kevin. It was not clean, just triggering the basketball in. And the KO faithful letting the Leopards know that as Buff comes back onto the floor, and Wobrack a very short stay on the hardwood, back to the bench.
I made a weak attempt to figure out what was happening there. Could not get the attention of the official in front of us.
Just over 4:40 remaining, period number 2. Piccolino's shot no good, and then a foul committed, looks like on Piccolino after her miss.
Got to give it up to Kelsey Green. She has 4 points all in the first quarter, but she's really racking up the rebounds. I have her for 6 rebounds already.
The 5'9" player is a pass stolen by Hoffman. Great hands. Now she takes a jumper. That one off to the right. Put back opportunity. That shot no good for Washburn, and finally the Leopards come up with it. Now a feed ahead, tipped and stolen again. Great defense as Feeney has the basketball. Her pass, that one almost stolen, and then a collision as Green and Piccolino bump into each other. Good no call, I believe, by the official because Green was already called out of bounds. It is going to stay with Keystone Oaks. So really that contact came after the ball was already out of bounds.
Yes.
Piccolino with a little smile on her face. She's already eclipsed the 1,000-point plateau tonight. A terrific first quarter for her. And she had 9 points. Been held off the score sheet in this second quarter, however. As Bogdan with the dribble on the right side. Not a lot of motion right now offensively for Keystone Oaks. Now Piccolino swings a pass over. Drive inside by Brownlee, throws it up, misses everything, but an offensive rebound and a foul committed by Belle Vernon after Washburn came up with it.
Really a wild shot on that drive. Washburn again on good position on the lower left block. Gets the rebound, puts it up, and it's going to be on Trombley, her second foul of the game.
First foul shot hit by Washburn. She's been very impressive off the bench. Typically a starter. Keystone Oaks went a little smaller tonight to match the speed of Belle Vernon. Second shot up. That one good as well. The lead back to 10 for Keystone Oaks. It is 32-22.
She now has 7, 3 of 3 from the stripe.
Keystone Oaks has been living at the stripe in this first half of play as Green comes the other way. Now dishes off, driving layup attempt. Misses everything on that try by Trombley, and Keystone Oaks comes up with the basketball. Now Piccolino to her left. Dishes off to Brownlee. Back over to Bogdan. Good ball movement leads to an open shot. That one right around and out by Feeney. Now Green comes the other way. She's cut off of her angle, and as a result, was not able to hold up. Called for the traveling violation. 3:19 left in this first half of play.
Sean, I have 11 turnovers in this game for Belle Vernon. That's contributed to their 10-point deficit.
Stumpo back on the floor for Keystone Oaks. Piccolino jumper just beyond the foul line. Rattles around, no good, but another offensive rebound by Keystone Oaks. Now a drive inside by Bogdan, a little strong. She keeps it alive. Follows her miss, gives to Piccolino. 10-footer's good. That one rolled around the rim, but it's the first points of the quarter for Piccolino. Now a kickball called against Keystone Oaks to stop play. 34-22 in favor of the home team. 2:48 remaining in quarter number 2. I'm Sean Meyers alongside Kevin Zielmanski here at the Trib Live High School Sports Network. Chris Lackner manning the camera. This is once again a battle for first place between these squads. 16-4 overall for Belle Vernon, 16-3 overall for KO.
You would have to say, Sean, also for playoff seeding.
Piccolino comes up with the steal. Is she going to go coast to coast? She does, but leaves the layup short. And a strong rebound by Campbell, who rips it away. Now Kovac into the front court. Glides down the left lane and is fouled on a shot attempt.
Kovac with a nice crossover in the open court, went from right to left, went with the scoop shot kind of underneath the defender who committed the foul. And as a result of her defender having her arms out, picked up the foul.
And foul shot made by Kovac. She has a second one upcoming. Score now 34-23.
Erin Feeney picked up that foul for the Eagles. That's her first.
Second shot good as well, so Kovac hits both.
She has 3, all at the stripe.
She did make both, right, Kevin?
Yes, she did.
All right, a little slow on a scoreboard here. Piccolino in transition off a front iron. She's missed a number of shots in this second quarter. Continues to be aggressive as a layup opportunity by Buff hits the bottom of the iron. Basketball on the floor. Piccolino comes up with it and gives off to Hoffman.
She got a rebound while seated on the floor. Went right to her. She rolled it over to Hoffman, who brings it into the forecourt and almost just walked.
Sometimes those great players seem like they have a magnet with the basketball.
Yeah, the ball finds them.
As Bogdan looking over the defense. Thought about backing her way in, instead dishes off to Hoffman. Now Piccolino wide open. They forgot about her, and she makes Belle Vernon pay, stroking the left wing 3.
Not sure how she got that wide open, but credit Hoffman for finding her as a steal by the Eagles.
Good job tipping the basketball.
This one's getting away from the Leopards.
It was Gabby Harris who made the play. Keystone Oaks up by 13. Just over a minute remaining in half number 1. Piccolino, high post, swarm, throws the basketball away, but it was tipped by Belle Vernon. They'll stay with Keystone Oaks. Kevin, with no shot clock at the high school level, does Keystone Oaks try to slow this pace down offensively here and maybe run some time off to shorten this first half?
I think if you get an open shot, you take it.
Wide open underneath, driving to the cup was Harris. She was lost defensively, and as a result draws a foul, heading to the line for what will be, I believe, a 2-shot foul.
Foul was on Stieber. Like right there, Sean. She was so wide open with a baseline drive. You have to take it. I think it's too early in the game to worry about clock. I believe in staying in rhythm.
And apparently it was not a 2-shot foul. It was a 1-and-1, but it doesn't matter as Gabby Harris was able to hit the first, meaning she has a second one upcoming.
They did not give that to Stieber, although she was the defender. They gave it to Campbell, which...
Well, I think the officials are talking about that right now.
Yeah, it was clearly Lindsay Stieber. I mean, it was a pretty easy call, and credit Coach Fairman's staff.
Well, they have not changed the foul. Coach Fairman right now is livid, as is the faithful of Belle Vernon.
They should be. They got the wrong person. It would be the third one on, who was it there? Sorry. Campbell, yes. Thank you.
Well, the officials are conferring, and of course,
two of them are.
If they simply just got it wrong, I don't know how they could really overturn it at this point.
Well, if they look over this way, we can give them some help.
I don't know that they're going to do that.
Well, let me tell you a story. We were down at Manessa and Clareton, Don and I, and they forgot whose ball it was at the second half after a half-court launch, and I helped them. Like we told them about it, and they fixed it. So did they correct it? There they go. They corrected it. They got it right.
And I think a little perturbed at the line now is Harris as she chucked the basketball at the official. She's been waiting to take this foul shot, and it was worth the wait because Harris knocked it down. She goes 2 of 2 at the line, making it 38-24. So Belle Vernon now trying to finish this first half strong, and that's going to help. Kelsey Green gets inside. She's now up to 6 points. Makes it 38-26.
Look out.
I hope Chris Lackner got that on camera, showing my hands.
You showed good hands and then good chest pass back to the official to restart the game.
Keystone Oaks basketball, 45.1 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. Heading the bench for KO is Stumpko. Olivia Stumpko has been held scoreless in this first half, but it hasn't mattered for Keystone Oaks. They're up by 13, are the Golden Eagles, as Piccolino dribbles into the front court. Now drives down the left side, and she travels.
Only the 4th turnover for the Eagles that I've counted. I get most of them. I don't get every single one, but it's been 13 turnovers for the Leopards, 4 for the Golden Eagles. And that's one of the main reasons why they have a 13-point lead.
Quite the disparity is off into the front court. Now she backs her way down, nearly loses the basketball, and indeed, it is a travel.
Dribbled the ball a little too high, shuffled the feet. Turnover, 26.3 on the clock.
So Buff's turnover gives Keystone Oaks an opportunity to extend its lead heading into the half.
Now here I wait for the last shot, but they're not going to wait.
Brownlee wastes little time, and she makes it work as she strokes the three-pointer. Keegan Brownlee, her first points. It is 41-26, right?
No, that was a 3.
All right, 42. As the drive the other way, and an offensive foul charge to Stieber.
This last 30 seconds has really gone the way of Keystone Oaks. They're going to have 5.3 to get the ball down the court and launch a last-second shot.
And now they basically throw the basketball
Turn
away.
it over.
Green tracks it down. I don't know why, because that would have been going out and would have been an offensive possession for Belle Vernon. Desperation heave at the buzzer by Stieber, off the mark. And as a result, Keystone Oaks holds a 42-26 lead after the first half of play. We will step aside. We'll be back to recap the scoring and give our thoughts on the first 16 minutes of action. You're watching 2017-18 WPIAL Girls Basketball. It's sponsored by Carlow University. It's here. It's on the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
Network on social media this season. For breaking news, scores, pictures, videos, links to our articles, and more, follow us on Twitter and Instagram under the handle Trib Live HSSN. Get in the conversation on Facebook at facebook.com/Trib Live HSSN. And on our YouTube channel, you can find thousands of interviews with local student athletes and coaches, plus highlights and full games. The spot for Western Pennsylvania high school sports on social media this season is the new Trib Live High School Sports Network.
For a weekly in-depth look at boys and girls high school basketball in the district, log on to the WPIAL Roundball Report every Wednesday at 6 p.m. here on the Trib Live High School Sports Network. Join experts Chris Harlan, Sean Meyers, and James Dotson for coaches' interviews and the latest hoops news around the WPIAL. Oh, and Don Rebel is back on the show as well. That's the WPIAL Roundball Report, Wednesday at 6 p.m. here on the Trib Live High School Sports Network. While the weather outside may be frightful, the winter high school sports is delightful. That's here on the Trib Live High School Sports Network. Log on to the Trib, hssn.triblive.com for weekly audio and video coverage of boys and girls high school basketball, WPIAL wrestling, and PIHL high school hockey. The warmth and the glow of the winter sports season may be heard daily on the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
The team at UPMC Sports Medicine doesn't just rebuild wrists and knees. They build better athletes. Athletes at every level who want to get stronger and faster and prevent injuries. Fact is, no other sports medicine program in the region is more experienced when it comes to treating, training, and inspiring athletes. UPMC, the official healthcare provider of the Penguins, Steelers, and you. Find out more at upmcsportsmedicine.com.
Check out the new and improved Trib Live High School Sports Network website every day. Log on to Trib, hssn.triblive.com for all the schedules, the scores, the standings, great articles, and features from around the WPIAL. And of course, live and archived broadcasts. If you are a high school sports fan, the only website you will need is the new Trib Live High School Sports Network at trib, hssn.triblive.com.
People ask.
All right, back here at the half, Sean Meyers alongside Kevin Zielmanski on the Trib Live High School Sports Network. Sometimes
Dealing with a little equipment technicalities, but doing the best we can.
The best plans sometimes go awry. We'll make it work. We do want to thank all our great sponsors, and we'll highlight those momentarily, but I want to get your initial thoughts on the first half, Kevin. It seems as though this game's going to be much more high scoring than the first one. The first one went in favor of Keystone Oaks, a low scoring affair. This higher scoring one also in favor of KO, at least through the first 16 minutes. They hold a decisive 42-26 lead.
Yeah, KO scored 48 points in the victory at Belle Vernon on January 11th. They already got 42 points in the first half. So I think it's been about the press. We haven't seen KO yet. I don't know if they always press or it's just for today, but it's creating turnovers. I got 15 turnovers for Belle Vernon. Those turnovers are creating more possessions and more opportunities for KO to score, and it's really speeding up Belle Vernon offensively. So they're shooting faster, but they've committed a lot of fouls and a lot of turnovers, and it's been a first half really dominated by Keystone Oaks.
We will get into the scoring recap momentarily, but before we do that, I want to let you know that if you're a working professional ready to move up in your career, Seton Hill University has a program just for you. Seton Hill's adult degree program offers flexible undergraduate degree courses in areas like accounting, criminal justice, business, and human services. The adult degree program has 5 start dates a year and offers convenient course times, financial aid, a 96% placement rate, and career services for life. Register for our next info session and learn more at setonhill.edu/ADP. Seton Hill University, this way up. Things are looking up after the first half for the home team. Let's go to the scoring recap. That's sponsored by UPMC Sports Medicine, which is powering to stay strong and play on program with the Trib Live High School Sports Network. Kevin.
And just one mention there, shout out to the great Johnny Lee stopping by to say hi to us.
He did, which you might have heard. You might have heard that over the crowd mic that we're using right now. But yeah, it's good to see him.
Friend of the network,
helping
that's back in the coaching this year.
helping out at West Allegheny.
Okay, for Belle Vernon in the first half, they scored 17 in the first quarter, 9 in the second quarter. Taylor Kovac, 3 points, 2 steals, a rebound, and an assist. Kelsey Green has 6 points, 7 rebounds. I have 3 assists, a steal, and a block. She's really filling it up. Lindsay Stieber, 5 points. Kara Buff, 5 points, 1 rebound. Caitlin Trombley, 3 points and a steal. And Kylie Campbell, 4 points, 3 rebounds. For the Golden Eagles, Olivia Stumpo has a rebound. Isabella Bogdan, 5 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, and a steal. Jalen Hoffman, 9 points, 4 assists, 2 steals, and a rebound. Gabby Harris, 2 points. Jillian Piccolino, 14 points, the first of which was a 3-pointer, giving her 1,000 career points for the junior. She has 3 rebounds, an assist, and a steal. Keegan Brownlee, 3 points, 2 assists. Erin Feeney, 2 points, a rebound. Linda Washburn doing good work on the low blocks for the Eagles, 7 points, a rebound. She got 3 from the stripe. The Eagles scored 25 in the first, 17 in the second. By my count, they have 5 turnovers and 15 turnovers for Belle Vernon. And that's kind of the numbers. Those are the digits of the first half.
Just quickly looking around this section, we mentioned these teams 1 and 2 battling for first place, really. Keystone Oaks 12-0, undefeated in first place. Belle Vernon 11-1, and currently residing in second place. Both are already in the playoffs, as are the other 2 teams behind them, Elizabeth Forward and South Park. So those are the 4 teams that are going into the playoffs from this section. Keystone Oaks, again, in the lead. If Belle Vernon were to win this game, the teams would be tied for first place. Elizabeth Forward and South Park, they're currently tied with identical 8-4 records. The other teams, Southmoreland, Mount Pleasant, Dairy Area, and York, will not be headed to the playoffs. And for what's to come for Belle Vernon, after this one, it's another tough test. Home against Elizabeth Forward. Currently, we mentioned the Warriors at 8-4, tied for third place. And for Keystone Oaks at South Park, which is another playoff team. So after this contest, it is still a stiff test for both these teams. So you don't want to say that this assures the section championship for the teams, but it certainly could go a long way towards deciding that. We'll step aside quickly. When we come back, we'll get you set for quarter number 3. Once again, the score 42-26, Keystone Oaks over Belle Vernon. You are watching 2017-18 WPIAL basketball. It's sponsored by Carlow University. It's here. It's on the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
People ask what drives me. It's the respect I have for my opponents, the trust I have in my teammates, a coach who treats me with dignity, and a university that has faith in me on and off the field. That's what keeps me focused, why I practice harder, play my heart out. I play to win. I play for Carlow. Tell us your story using #WhatDrivesYou.
Carlow University is a proud sponsor of the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
Hi, this is Josh Roundtree with the new Trib Live High School Sports Network's PIHL Power Play Show. This winter, myself and the coach, Kevin Zielmanski, will bring you the most comprehensive coverage of high school hockey in Western PA. Hey, Kevin, any suggestions on how we can pull it off?
We're not goons. We're not bullies. No matter what people say or do, be yourselves.
Okay. Well, word is that you've been letting success go to your head a bit.
What I do is none of your business. Is that clear?
This should be a fun season. It's the PIHL Power Play Show every Wednesday night at 8 o'clock on the new Trib Live High School Sports Network.
Was that really you, Kevin?
Yeah, I'm able to throw my voice like that.
You sound like someone else that I think was in movies. I don't know.
Emilio something? But anyway, Mr. Roundtree is a huge fan of the Mighty Ducks movies.
Even D3, the Ducks are back?
I think so. And as I've been saying, I did not sign off on that promo. But
well, you're in it apparently, so you must have.
I got some clarification.
Okay.
The first official meeting early in the half.
Yes.
And the fans were calling for a technical one of the players was wearing an earring, and that is against the rules. They made her remove the jewelry.
All right, good clarification there on that matter. As Keystone Oaks with the lead begins this half with the basketball. Point blank opportunity by Stumpo, no good. And then a foul charge to Stumpo as she knocked down the Leopards' Kiera Buff to the floor. Stumpo held scoreless in that first half. So Belle Vernon with the basketball, trying to get some momentum built here to begin this third frame. And there's a drive inside, a lot of contact, but an offensive foul charged to Caitlin Trombley. And that will be her third personal.
Interesting call there.
And that's a call that at every level of basketball, it's sort of different.
Yes.
The block charge, there's a lot of, I guess, controversy surrounding him. At that time, they rolled the Trombley, was just out of control with the basketball. Piccolino seems like she's always in control. Now she hands off to Brownlee. Shot off of glass. Battle for the rebound. Keystone Oaks comes up with it, and after getting the handoff, Huffman off of glass for two. So Hoffman, right place, right time, and was quickly able to get the basketball up and through the net. 44-26. Belle Vernon comes the other way, and an easy 2 points with the left by Buff. And makes it 44-28 in favor of the Golden Eagles. Once again, we want to thank our great cameraman, Chris Lackner, up in the stands filming this one tonight at Keystone Oaks High School. Second of two meetings between these teams in the regular season. Basketball tipped out of bounds. It will stay with Keystone Oaks as the Leopards quickly call upon their reserve coming into the floor. That was Riley Campbell. That's checking out of the contest with 3 fouls, Trombley. As the basketball triggered in case Keystone Oaks with Hoffman up top. Now Bogdan has the basketball, goes against the double team, fires it off to the glass, and a rebound corralled by Kelsey Green. Now she throws ahead of the pack. Transition three-pointer, shot put style. Attempt by Buff, no good. Piccolino comes up with it. Now she dishes ahead to Brownlee, who was nearly stripped of the basketball, but strong with it, goes to the hoop. Up and through, didn't even need to use glass. Good job finishing that time by Keegan Brownlee, her second field goal. That makes it 46-28.
Yeah, good drive by Brownlee to the right side, using the right hand, getting it up and in.
Now Green with some weave action. Defense forgot about her, but she was a bit too strong. Piccolino comes up with it. Now she goes the other way. She can't get the layup to go. Team's missing point-blank opportunities both ways. Belle Vernon pushing the basketball into the front court. Kovac, a nice little feed down low. Not able to hit the shot Stever, but she's fouled.
They beat that press initially, then from the arc in, they had numbers 3-on-2. Nice bounce pass, and the foul called because the defender, Hoffman, didn't have her arms straight vertical, a little bit forward, and offensive player at the line went up into him, so Stever converts that one.
6 points for her off the bench. That makes it 46-29 with 5:42 remaining in quarter number 3. Second foul shot up, and that one a bit strong. Rebound to Keystone Oaks. Now Piccolino, she loves going down that left lane, can't get the left-handed layup to go, but Hoffman again doggedly on the offensive glass, and she's going to head to the line. Lost the headband, but came up with the basketball and draws the foul in the process.
Again, a drive down the left side by Piccolino, and Hoffman was on the weak side in good rebounding position, and it went right to her, and it picked up the foul there. That's Campbell, her third.
First foul shot up and good. So there's a pair of Leopards with 3 fouls now.
Hoffman now has 12.
Make it 13 as she hits both foul shots, extending the lead to 19 points. It's now 48-29. Leopards just able to get the basketball into the front court. Buff thought about a three-pointer, but instead moves the basketball up top. Now Green gets inside, can't get the shot to go, follows her miss, puts it back up again, can't get it to go, but is fouled and will head to the stripe.
I got to say, Sean, easily the most effective and impactful player for Belle Vernon has been number 5, Kelsey Green. She only has 6, but she's really filling them up on the rebounds.
This is the first shot as the foul charge to Huffman, her third. Looking at Green, a 8.3 point per game average. Second foul shot, that one off the mark as well. So empty possession, and now Keystone Oaks is going to get a transition pull-up shot by Bogdan, but she leaves it shy. Belle Vernon comes back the other way. Leak out opportunity off of glass, just short by Stieber. Offensive rebound by the Leopards. Buff's going to take a three-pointer. That one off to the right. Piccolino corrals it. Now she dribbles against a triple team into the front court. Dishes off for a quick trigger three by Brownlee, and a foul underneath. It's going to be a loose ball foul charge to Keystone Oaks.
Carving out some room underneath the offensive glass is going to pick up the foul.
That is
going to be on Piccolino.
Unusual because the ball was still in the air when that call was made. Typically it comes on a rebound. That one was on the shot. So 14 fouls against Keystone Oaks already, not even halfway through the third quarter, as the layup attempt off the mark by Kovac, and Belle Vernon can't come up with the offensive rebound this time.
Sean, too many of those drives are wild layup shots. I mean, they're not not finger roll, but easy layups off the glass. There's a good steal.
Piccolino stripped. Green comes the other way, takes it herself, and this time is able to finish. Kelsey Green, her first points of the quarter, makes it 48-31. And now some pressure defense by Belle Vernon, and an offensive foul charged to Keegan Brownlee.
Second turnover of the quarter for the Golden Eagles. That's a little push off with the arm, the free arm,
Clearing
creating a little space.
Yep.
4:08 on the clock, third period, 48-31. The homestanding Keystone Oaks Golden Eagles lead the visiting Belle Vernon Leopards.
Third to Brownlee, who looks exhausted with her head down right now, shadowing Boff.
Nice inbound play. Oh.
Green just couldn't sneak that backhand pass through. Piccolino came up with a steal. Now Keystone Oaks gets it to Brownlee. She'll dribble out of pressure and move it to Piccolino. She takes a pull-up jumper and is hammered. She's going to head to the line. And the cardinal sin in basketball, you don't foul a jump shooter. That's exactly what the Leopards just did.
Green just in frustration had kind of seen enough. Hammered Piccolino as she was going up, so she'll get a couple foul shots.
Piccolino, she reached 1,000 points early in this contest. Can't add to her career total by missing the first foul shot.
That inbounds play to our right here, Belle Vernon ran. I had seen that before, Sean. That was run many times when Duke was in town to beat Pitt. Over and over, they would run that inbounds play. So you can always pick up things when you're watching stuff.
So maybe some Coach K rubbing off here tonight. Piccolino makes the second, extending the lead to 49-31 as the Leopards have a hard time getting the basketball across the timeline. It's a turnover. Piccolino has it again. She's been everywhere. Dishes off for a quick trigger transition three that is made by Erin Feeney. Her first trifecta makes it a 21-point lead. Timeout taken by Coach Lisa Fairman. She wants a full timeout. We'll keep it right here. It is 52-31 in favor of the home team. And Kevin, right now with 3:35 remaining in quarter number 3, this is a significant uphill climb for the Leopards to get back in this. You figure it's going to have to start on the defensive end by getting some stops.
Well, Belle Vernon made a little adjustment defensively where they came out and played some man-to-man here in the second half, where in the first half they were playing a lot of 1-2-2 zone. That wasn't working very well as the Golden Eagles scored 42 in the first half. And it's just, they've just extended the lead with each possession. Belle Vernon has scored 5 points in this third quarter, and we have a little bit over 3 minutes remaining. And Keystone Oaks has just caused them problems. Give them credit, they've executed very well. They made a lot of nice plays offensively. I've gotten many of the assists, and there's been other ones, just too many you couldn't find. So they've moved the ball around very well, and I think Sean, I don't know if you agree, they've shot pretty well too. So, you know, if you look at the 4A standings, Cardinal World North Catholic's probably the favorite, first-ranked team. Keystone Oaks right up there as one of the main challengers for 4A.
Blackhawk is a darn good team. Beaver area, pretty good as well. That Beaver squad actually bounced Keystone Oaks in the playoffs last year, 58-45 in the quarterfinals. By the way, Cardinal World North Catholic ended the season for Keystone Oaks in the state playoffs in the first round of that. So Belle Vernon out of the timeout, trailing by 21, nearly an over and back violation that time, but Green was just able to establish position in the front court. Now transition three-pointer on a skip pass by Trombley, but it's off the mark. Piccolino comes up with the basketball. She gets to the front court, tries to dish a pass, but it's intercepted and out of play. Last off of Kelsey Green, who also looks fatigued out there. She's playing hard, and I was wondering maybe would Belle Vernon go to a little bit more pressure defense, but it seems like some of their players are completely gassed. Maybe that's one reason why they have been able to consistently put full court press on. As the Eagles move the basketball around the perimeter, leads to an open shot off the mark. Then a battle for the rebound, a jump ball. Good job being strong on it by Campbell. Possession arrow will favor Belle Vernon.
Yeah, I don't know in that situation who gets the rebound. Campbell the rebound, and then
yeah, she should get the rebound. Yeah, she gets the rebound. She had a depth grip on that basketball.
Good head fake there.
The drive by Boff, but the ball is stripped away out of bounds. It will stay with the Leopards underneath. And that has to be frustrating when you put a good move on, you think you have a free lane to the cup, and then recovery defense by Keystone Oaks.
Gabby Harris came across, got the block. Good help defense by the Eagles.
Trombley moves it up top to Green. Just a step inside half court. She's in the KO logo. Now a drive to the cup, just off the mark by Green, a little too strong. Basketball is loose. Keystone Oaks comes up with it initially, but then a travel ruled against Isabella Bogdan.
She was down on the court, attempted to get up, triggering the traveling call.
Green with the basketball, drives inside, dishes to the corner. Bounce pass by Kovac. Now she gets it back. Kovac has not hit a field goal yet. Drive inside off of glass. That one looked good for Campbell. She can't get the second one to go either, and ultimately Keystone Oaks comes up with it. Two good looks for Campbell. Neither one would fall. Piccolino goes crossover twice. Put on a dribbling display. Her pass across is tipped out of bounds. It will stay with Keystone Oaks. Is into the game 11s both ways for Belle Vernon. It's Stieber on the other side for Keystone Oaks. Stumpo returns to the floor.
Watching Coach Mazinski again with that tie up to his mouth. I think he uses it to kind of hide what he's saying.
So he's like censoring himself in a sense. Piccolino feeds down low. Great cut, great feed, great finish for Feeney. She's now up to 7 points. It's 54-31. 1:40 remaining in quarter number 3. Drive inside and an offensive foul charge to Boff.
Sean, this one's getting away very, very fast from Belle Vernon. They're down 23 with 9:39 remaining. 1:39 in this third quarter. Very little has gone wrong in this game for KO.
Kiara Buff has been held relatively in check so far. The leading scorer for Belle Vernon is Piccolino, once again putting on a display of her terrific handles.
Armbar.
It's only allowed in wrestling, not in basketball, and as a result, the foul charge to Belle Vernon on the attempted drive by Bogdan. It is on the floor, 5th team foul against the Leopards.
So now we get a look at Joanne. Do you think, are you surprised that she's committed to IUP already and maybe hasn't waited out and see if there's any
Well, I
other
tell you, IUP on the women's side has been terrific. I believe, I haven't checked recently, but I know they were undefeated for quite some time this season, and they do a very good job of keeping some of the top local players at home. They have several WPIAL products contributing to that team.
Well, it looks like they may have got another one here.
Now a collision between Golden Eagles allows Belle Vernon to come the other way. It looked like Green maybe got away with the travel, no call, but she misses the shot as Keystone Oaks gets it ahead to Piccolino. Athletic catch. Now she's trapped into the corner and dishes off.
But again, another wild layup attempt for Belle Vernon.
Harris gets inside and draws a foul. She will head to the line.
I mean, you want to attack the rim, you want to get to the line that way, but they're not getting the calls. I'm not saying the fouls were committed, but they're throwing up shots that have very little chance of going in the net.
Fourth personal charge to Taylor Kovac as she checks out of the contest. First foul shot good for Harris. Second one upcoming.
I have Harris for 3 points now, all at the stripe.
She can't go 4 for 4 as the basketball tipped out of bounds to Belle Vernon. 55-31, late stages of quarter number 3. Keystone Oaks trying to remain unbeaten in section play.
Staying with what's working, KO is pressing.
Green's working awfully hard in this contest. You have to wonder how much fatigue is a factor for her. She gets inside and a foul charge to Piccolino.
I believe that's going to be Piccolino's third foul.
And that is the 7th team foul? Indeed it is. So it'll be the bonus for Green.
Yep, I think I called it a foul instead of a foul. Third personal foul on Piccolino. She checks out.
As Talia Renk checks into the contest for Keystone Oaks. First foul shot swished by Green. Must to feel good for her after missing her first 2 shots from the line. 55-32, second shot, nearly brought rain and hits off the front iron. Basketball battled for, it's a jump ball. Alternating possession will give it to KO. So 55-32. Keystone Oaks with the basketball. And Belle Vernon really putting the pressure on now. Will it lead to a comeback opportunity? We'll wait and see as Harris dribbles into the front court. Sheds off some defenders. Now hands off to Bogdan. Looks like the Golden Eagles holding for the final possession as just 15 ticks remain on the third quarter clock. Sean Meyers. No, I just wanted to introduce myself again. I'm always talking about myself, so we'll get back to the action here as the final 5 seconds stolen by Belle Vernon. And now a transition three-pointer, and that one off the mark. A chance to try to get some momentum, but Campbell can't hit the shot. Third quarter comes to an end. It is 55-32 in favor of the home team. Keystone Oaks over Belle Vernon. We will step aside when we come back. Fourth quarter action. You are watching 2017-18 WPIAL Girls Basketball. It's sponsored by Carlow University. It's here on the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
AstroTurf, a pioneer in sports surfacing, proudly supports high school athletics. Visit one of their 280 fields in the tri-state area to see their cutting-edge technology. AstroTurf's focus on R&D enables them to provide innovative surfaces that protect athletes and stand the test of time. AstroTurf now propels performance with iconic turf fields and legendary record tan tracks. They manufacture, build, and maintain a full range of turf and track systems for total quality control. Learn more at astroturf.com.
The team at UPMC Sports Medicine doesn't just rebuild wrists and knees. They build better athletes. Athletes at every level who want to get stronger and faster and prevent injuries. Fact is, no other sports medicine program in the region is more experienced when it comes to treating, training, and inspiring athletes. UPMC, the official healthcare provider of the Penguins, Steelers, and you. Find out more at upmcsportsmedicine.com.
Courtside here at Keystone Oaks High School. Sean Meyers, Kevin Zielmanski on the call. We begin quarter number 4. Keystone Oaks holding a 55-32 lead over Belle Vernon. Once again, Chris Lackner manning the camera for this video broadcast of this marquee 4A matchup. Drive inside by Green, just rattles out. A good look, just does not fall for her. Piccolino comes up with it, quickly takes it to the front court. Goes all the way to the cup, left-handed layup, good, and one. Jillian Piccolino having herself a night to remember.
Yeah, for the milestone, and now for what she's racking up in the scorebook here, as that foul is going to go to Buff They have her for 3. I had her at 2, so I missed one along the lines here. Looking to complete the old-fashioned three-point play.
Not able to do so as it rattles out on the rebound to Kelsey Green.
She has 17, Piccolino.
The lead now 57-32, and that is one issue for Keystone Oaks, is a foul. The issue is that the team is already in the penalty, and that is, by the way, the 4th on Piccolino. I figure she probably will be heading to the bench momentarily, and indeed she does check out. In her place, Feeney, as the KO faithful getting into it, doing some sort of rendition of, is that kind of like the wave, I suppose? And it's the first foul shot good for Green.
Well, there's all the students with their arms in the air, and they're
mimicking, yeah, they're mimicking the leader.
Directing left, right, up, down from the person down below. Good rebound.
And that putback opportunity good for Stieber. She's provided a nice lift off the bench.
She is 8.
57-35. Now a great feed for a point-blank shot, an easy 4-footer for Bogdan, her second field goal. That makes it 59-35.
Good pass by Hoffman, finding Bogdan right in the middle of the lane, nobody around her.
Buff drives inside, has the basketball stripped out of bounds. Last off of Keystone Oaks, it'll stay with the Leopards.
Belle Vernon continues to drive. Not a lot of outside shots from them. Good fake, again, another drive.
And that drive comes up short by Campbell, but an offensive rebound. Now Stieber takes a 3. That one off the mark. Basketball tipped around this time. It's the Golden Eagles who come up with it, and Hoffman, as her attempt to thread the needle, is tipped out of play. Back onto the floor for Belle Vernon is Kovac with her 4 fouls. Do you attack her if you're Keystone Oaks, or at this point with this lead, what it is, you don't even have to worry about something like that?
You're winning by so much. I don't think you concern yourself on certain players. You're up 24. Kind of stay in rhythm. I believe a basketball game of runs, if you're in rhythm, just stay in rhythm.
After it's tipped out of bounds, Keystone Oaks trying to trigger it in. Getting in at the last second is Stumpo. Now Bogdan tightly defended by Kovac. Kovac goes for the strip. She gets the foul, and she's going to be disqualified. And she knows it, immediately walking to the bench.
Yeah, but she reached over with the right hand and went to make the block, and she got the ball and she got the arm, and that's her 5th foul, so it's going to be disqualification. So someone's going to have to come off the bench.
And you don't want to allow easy baskets, but by the same token, for Kovac, playing with what she knew was 4 fouls, you can't really afford to go for that strip play, can you?
No. You got to let it go. Unless you're frustrated enough that you don't want to play anymore. But yeah, I've heard it a few times. I thought it was a good philosophy, as that's converted at the line.
Bogdan hits the first, second one upcoming.
You can't make up fouls. You can't get the fouls back. You can make a basket to equal out a basket you allowed.
Second one good as well. It is 61-35.
So sometimes you got to do the old expression, Sean, live the fight another day. Particularly in a game like basketball where it's about scoring. You know, it's a little different in hockey where maybe there's not as many goals or something like that.
Stieber drives inside. Comes up a bit shy in that layup, and then a loose ball foul charge to the Leopards. That's going to send Keystone Oaks to the line. And I think the last thing that Coach Lisa Fairman wants to do is have her players pick up unnecessary fouls to extend this game.
Yeah, it's just not going the way of the Leopards here as Chombley picks up her 4th. And I think Coach Fairman, as she runs her hands through her hair, has decided she doesn't really have a lot of answers for this game tonight.
1-on-1 opportunity. Stumpo gets it to go for her first point. 62-35.
And draws a cheer and a congratulations of her teammates. So maybe she doesn't get as many points. See what her average is.
The second one good as well.
Oh, that's the wrong team.
63-35 in favor of the home squad. Just over 6 minutes remaining in regulation.
No more press by KO. They just drop back in half court, man-to-man D. Set shot.
Long two-pointer, foot on the line, goes for Stieber.
She now has 10.
63-37. Brownlee drives inside off a front iron. Battle for the basketball. Belle Vernon comes up with it. Now Buff in transition. Bounces off the rim twice. Huffman came up with it initially. Now Buff comes up with it. Floater inside. It's nothing but net. She's been quiet in the second half, but Buff gets that one to go, making it 63-39. Now Brownlee gets inside and hands off. Hoffman with the basketball, nearly stolen, but she was able to come to it. Gets to the hoop, the finish, and the foul. It's going to be another three-point opportunity for the Golden Eagles.
Just a strong drive there by Jalen Hoffman as she finishes at the rim. Picks up her 15th point of the game and the fourth foul on Buff for the Leopards, and they're gonna have to go deep into the bench here soon with 5:17 remaining fourth quarter.
Hoffman sees that one hang on the rim and fall through. Three-point play makes it 66-39.
16 points for Hoffman. As you see, the Eagles are getting a few of their starters on the bench, so a couple other players going to get a few more minutes for the Eagles.
Now the drive the other way, nearly a three-point opportunity for Stieber. The basketball rolls off the rim, but she'll head to the line.
Good high post play. Pass there from Kylie Campbell over to Stieber in a two-man game. Feeney picks up her second.
So Stieber to the line, and that one off the mark. They called it on the floor foul, 1-1 opportunity, so her missing the first means that basketball goes to Belle Vernon because it was last touched by Keystone Oaks.
5:06 remaining, fourth quarter. There's that play again. Nice pass.
Green's feed down low to Trombley, but she just left it short. And now a foul committed by Trombley, compounding the miss by picking up the personal.
So
and that should be her fifth.
We're seeing that play where you inbound it like in the forecourt, like in middle of the forecourt, and you put the player on the elbow, you inbound it, you run a curl, and then you have someone in the corner for the bounce pass or drive into the lane, as Caitlin Trombley has fouled out.
Stumpo to the line. She made her first two foul shots earlier this quarter. Now 3 for 3. All right, they sound the horn, but I don't think anyone checked in. Okay. Second one. I'm guessing substitution was intended to be for the shooter.
Rebound to Kelsey Green.
She's been filling the stat sheet despite her team's poor performance on the scoreboard tonight. 67-39 in favor of Keystone Oaks. Green dishes off, setting up a teammate. That shot doesn't go for Wobrack, and now it's out of bounds to Keystone Oaks.
And now checking in is someone is not even on our roster.
All right.
Oh, no. 41, it's 25. Remember on
Yeah.
Suleiman.
As the attempt by Brownlee leads to a foul.
Marion Suleiman checks in. The 5'7" junior forward.
Saw her playing in the JV game that preceded this one as another player fouls out. Boff picks up her fifth. So now 3 players disqualified for Belle Vernon. She finishes with 9 points. As Taylor Rodriguez checks into the contest for the first time. Foul shot no good for Brownlee on the first.
4:23 on the clock. Keystone Oaks leads 67-39.
Second shot is good for Brownlee. So 1 of 2 at the line.
I say, Sean, this is not what we expected when we showed up here today.
Some weave action leads to an opportunity. Getting to the cup by Wobrak, and she's fouled. A lot of fouls in this fourth quarter.
First foul on Workmaster.
Caitlin Workmaster. As the foul shot comes up shy for Wobrak.
Wobrak did not see action in the first 3 quarters, but with 3 players disqualified due to fouls, she's getting a chance and she converts that one.
Makes it 68-40 as she gets in the score sheet. Now the Golden Eagles come the other way. I would anticipate seeing a little bit more patient offensive approach here. As a pass stolen, Stieber nearly able to keep it alive, but just not able to do so. She's really been a bright spot in this contest for Belle Vernon. Lindsay Stieber off the bench, scoring in double figures. 5-second violation? No, a timeout taken first for Belle Vernon.
Their 30-second timeout.
We'll keep it right here.
Very dramatically waited to give the indication whether it was a 30-second or full timeout.
And that gives us an opportunity to let you know that if you're a working professional ready to move up in your career, Seton Hill University has a program just for you. Seton Hill's adult degree program offers flexible undergraduate degree courses in areas like accounting, criminal justice, business, and human services. The adult degree program has 5 start dates a year and offers convenient course times, financial aid, a 96% placement rate, and career services for life. Register at our next info session and learn more at setonhill.edu/ADP. Seton Hill University, this way up. Brownlee with the basketball. Gets to the teeth of the defense. Little floater just misses off the mark. Defensive rebound corralled by Campbell. Now Campbell dishes off to Wobrak. Green probes inside on the baseline. Can't get the shot to go, falls to miss. But she was on the baseline when she had possession. As a result, it's a turnover. 3:34 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. It is all Keystone Oaks, 68-40. As Rank dribbles across the timeline. Showing her ability with the handles.
Yeah, the sophomore looks like she'll be running the show here at some point in the future.
Now a turnover as Green comes in, has it stripped momentarily, stays with it, puts it up and through. Kelsey Green, good persistence. It makes it 68-42. How about this, Kevin? Belle Vernon has never led in this game. They were tied at 2-2 and 11-11. Other than that, it has been KO the entire way.
It was a 26-point lead. You can believe that statistic, or fact, I should say.
Brownlee trying to create some space and draws the foul in the process. Looks like it'll go against Rodriguez.
5'2" freshman. Getting some action due to the players that have fouled out for Belle Vernon. Just going to say she was shuffling her feet, picked up the first foul.
So Brownlee to the line. The future Celtic hits the first. Her sister Kayla currently plays at Carlow as well.
She has 7.
Thought you were going to say she has 7 sisters. You really
7 points, now 8. Don't know anything about the family.
delve deep into
No.
into the family tree.
Not at all.
As Brownlee, with those 8 points and an unknown number of sisters, heads to the bench. Her night likely over.
Under 3 now. Good 2-man game there.
Stieber can't get the shot to go, however. Coming up with the rebound is Workmaster. Loses the basketball, though. Green continues to play as she gets the cup and finishes for 2. No quitting Kelsey Green, no doubt about that. 70-44. And now a steal by Belle Vernon. Strong finish here as Rodriguez gets her first points with the layup. And I know this is inconsequential in the final outcome of this one, but something that the coaches certainly are paying attention to. Never know when you can find maybe a hidden gem off the bench in a situation like this that could pay dividends down the stretch.
They'll have many things on film to point out they did poorly, but then you want to sprinkle in a few positive clips, and they'll see some of these towards the end of the game by the bench players. So good for them for coming in and getting into the scorebook, contributing.
Renk is really talking out there with her teammates as she tries to not crush me there, as the basketball will go to Belle Vernon. Out of bounds right in front of us.
4th turnover of the quarter for KO. Ironically, there's only 4 in the second half from Belle Vernon from what I have counted. They had 15 in the first half.
Stieber's shot, that one just inside the arc. She's hit a couple of long twos.
She's using Campbell as a screen in the high post and coming off that screen and throwing up those shots.
70-48, the lead for Keystone Oaks. Just over a minute remaining in this contest.
KO's going to try to dribble out this last 76 seconds.
Well, the Leopards somewhat concede and allow them to do that. Rodriguez isn't giving up. She reaches in and commits the foul.
.109 on the clock. The home-standing Golden Eagles 70. The visiting Leopards 48.
Harris to the stripe for 2. First one good for Gabby Harris.
By my count, that is her 4th point, all at the line.
You are correct. 4 or 5 at the stripe. As Kayla Williams checks in for Belle Vernon. Second shot good as well. Harris makes it 72-48. Rodriguez, a look at a 3. That one just off the mark. Good job by the recently inserted Williams to come up with the rebound, draw the foul on the putback opportunity.
Gets her name in the scorebook for a rebound and now an opportunity at the stripe.
When you check into the contest late with about a minute or so left, the outcome already decided, and you immediately come up with the rebound and head to the line, that has to be a good feeling.
Yes.
She sees the first one bounce out, but a second one is forthcoming for Kayla Williams. That shot's good. Makes it 72-49.
So now point and a rebound for Kyla Williams.
Will Keystone Oaks be able to run out the time?
Well, they're going to try. Whether or not Belle Vernon fouls doing this 3-man weave outside the where the volleyball lines are on the court, we shall see, as they're trying to step in the passing lanes.
Henderson, the long freshman, doing a good job moving her feet. It looked like she was trying to commit the foul there, but nonetheless, the officials say play continues.
Tough defense is one thing. Unnecessary fouls to extend the game when you're down 23 is really not necessary. I would not be surprised if they try to get Merriam a shot here at the end of the game. Solomon is on the low blocks.
Now down to the final dozen seconds. Doesn't look like that basketball is going down anywhere near the hoop. As the final seconds now tick off, 72-49. Keystone Oaks wins this one as the crowd comes to its feet. We'll step aside. We'll be back to recap the scoring action, have a post-game interview, and give our final thoughts. Once again, your final score, 72-49. Keystone Oaks remains undefeated, going to 13-0 in the section. You are watching 2017-18 WPIAL basketball. It's girls basketball sponsored by Carlow University, and it's here on the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
People ask what drives me. It's the respect I have for my opponents, the trust I have in my teammates, a coach who treats me with dignity, and a university that has faith in me on and off the field. That's what keeps me focused, why I practice harder, play my heart out. I play to win. I play for Carlow. Tell us your story using #WhatDriveYou.
Carlo University is a proud sponsor of the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
Inside the WPIAL Wrestling Circle every Monday at 7 o'clock on the Trib Live High School Sports Network. Each week, we'll take a look at the latest happenings on the mat from around the WPIAL, talk with coaches, and get you set for what's to come as the season rolls on. Come out and see us every Monday as the show we broadcast live from 40 Bar and Grill just west of Washington on Route 40. Inside the WPIAL Wrestling Circle every Monday night at 7 o'clock only here on the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
Trib Live has a little something for everyone. Sports from high school to the pros. News from across the street and around the world. Arts and entertainment, lifestyles, opinion, weather, photo galleries, video. You can even find your next job, house, and car. So look alive, Pittsburgh, and get the news you want and information you need all in one place. TribLive.com. TribLive.com. News and more 24/7.
Back here at Keystone Oaks High School, this one has gone final. Decisive victory for the home squad, 72-49 over the Belle Vernon Leopards. And now we're going to welcome in the head coach, third-year man Ron Zielmanski for KO for the post-game interview, sponsored by Carlo University, proud sponsor of all girls athletics here on the Trib Live High School Sports Network. Coach, it was a low-scoring affair the first time you played this team. Today it was much more high-scoring. Both of them work in your favor. Was it intended to try to make it a higher scoring affair than the first time around?
It's our game. Our game plan is to speed the game up with our press. They went into man, which more than they did when we played them the first time, which sped the game up, which entails more points. But the speed of our girls just took over at the end of the game, the middle of the game, beginning of the game. It was a very fast game, and our girls really responded well to it.
What did it mean right off the bat for Piccolino to get that trifecta? It seemed like that probably was the best case scenario, that she didn't have that burden of worrying about getting to that and she could just focus on the game at hand.
Yes, that was very important. It's for a team, just for us not to get distracted. We were all pulling for her to get it, and we just wanted her to get it as soon as possible. If it was 18, I think it would have been more the distraction. The fact that it was just 3 and we got it over early was a huge benefit to us. Like we said, we're going to party for her right now and be happy for her. But while it happened during the game, we wanted to stay level-headed, stay focused at the task at hand. And the task at hand is back-to-back section titles, and that's what our whole focus was.
So did you call a play for that to get it out of the way early?
No. We call plays. But the girls, we mostly go on a dribble, drive, kick philosophy. So it's not per se a certain play that was called. It's just,
through the
things
flow of
open
the
up.
offense.
Yes, exactly.
So what does it mean to win the section? How much of a difference does that make? Because we know last year your team had a great run in the section, 14-0, but ultimately you still lost in your first playoff game. Does this mean a lot more to win the section than just being maybe a second or third place team for your guys, for your girls, I should say?
Yes, and anytime you can put something on a banner, it's a huge accomplishment. Our division, even though it doesn't get much respect in the WPIAL, because it usually always goes to the Beaver Connie for respect, but Elizabeth Forward, a very talented team. South Park, very talented team. Belle Vernon, very talented team. They went far in the playoffs last year. We played a very good Beaver team. With Posset was hurt some of the year, and that's why they were a 5 seed, and we got in foul trouble. I don't want to make excuses, but, I think we could play with anybody. North Catholic, I think, beat us by 14 last year. They beat Blackhawk by 30. So, I wish we would get respect. We have to earn our respect, and hopefully through our play we'll do that this year, and we'll see what happens.
So you have another big game. You play at South Park. That's a playoff-bound team as well.
Yes.
Is there any concern potentially of a letdown for your girls?
No, not at all. The girls really want the undefeated. Are we going to throw the kitchen sink at them? No. We definitely are going to get a lot of girls into the game and work on some things. It's not going to be like the sections at peril here. So we will take it in stride. We want to work on some things, get better on some things, but they are a playoff team, and they are a very talented team, and they will definitely give us some trouble, but we will play them as hard as we can.
So, Coach, take the opportunity to sing the praises a little of Piccolino, hitting You know, we mentioned she got the points, but she really filled up the scorebook. What do you like about her game so much?
Boy, she's so fast for being 5'11" and long. She's long, and anytime you have a player like that, your press is very effective. She's very hard to throw over. She's hard to throw through. She can move her feet to run with the ball. So anytime you have an athlete like that to put pressure on the ball, she's phenomenal. She does it all. She rebounds, she shoots, she dribble drives, she passes well. She's a very complete player at a young age, and she started as a freshman here on a pretty talented team. We had a playoff team here her freshman year, and she was a starter and a huge contributor. So she's been there from day one since I've been here, and I'm so lucky to have her. I'm lucky to have all of them, and I'm very lucky to have a 1,000-point scorer as a junior.
Maybe what do you take away from last year's playoff experience that will help you guys this year, do you think?
Don't get in foul trouble. It really hurt us last year, and 3 of our starters had 3 fouls in the first half, and it really sidelined everything that we do with our pressure and our up-tempo.
Does that make you adjust?
It took us out of our game.
Makes you pull back from the press. Is that maybe different officials seeing you guys? Or
they sometimes some games they call tight and want to call everything they see. I wish they would let them play a little bit more, but you have to play to what they're doing. And if they're going to call it tight, we'll have to back off the press.
And it seemed that Belle Vernon's job plan was to drive the lane, but they were throwing up some wild shots.
Yes, they do.
And that gets you guys an opportunity to rebound and break. Is that part of the discussion of the game plan?
Our goal was to not help side defense at all and stay with shooters and let them dribble drive. If they score, God bless them.
Yeah,
but I didn't want them to kick and drain threes, so we stayed with the outside shooters.
That's interesting because I mentioned in the broadcast I didn't think they took a lot of shots from the floor. It was all drives and there were a lot of wild shots. So that part of your plan seemed to work well.
They are a very good shooting team. So I would rather them dribble drive guards than shoot to the pass to the guards outside shooting. So that was our goal, was to let them drive and not kick. And it was pretty successful.
So just last thing, I don't know if you have anything, Sean. I was going to ask to size up the competition in 4A moving into the playoffs. Is it North Catholic? Do you consider them maybe the team to beat, and then a group of challengers?
North Catholic is definitely a team to beat. They play very hard non-conference schedule. The Blackhawk, the Beavers, the Ambridges, the Central Valleys, very talented.
A whole
so
group
is
of
EF,
contenders.
so is Belle Vernon. Teams are pretty close. Nobody is, I don't think, heads above anybody. North Catholic is good, but I don't think they're as good as they were last year.
Good, but not unbeatable, and you got to show up and kind of play your game.
Beaver had North Catholic on the ropes last year until Posset got hurt. I don't know if everybody remembers that. They were up 3. She got hurt. She came back in a couple minutes later. They were down 4, and they didn't recover, and that was in the beginning of the 4th quarter. So the teams are – any team can hurt you.
Very competitive.
If you don't rebound, play good defense, and get back.
And I have a feeling that you're happy you wanted to see Sam Green again as well. She certainly,
yes,
she made a difference for Cardinal World North Catholic.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, Coach, we appreciate the time. I know there's a lot of festivities here. Plus,
Yeah,
Johnny
gotta get
Lee's
running.
here.
He's
So
eyeballing me.
I know you have to talk to Johnny Lee as well
Absolutely.
because he has to get his name out and shake everyone's hand. So we appreciate you joining us. Congratulations on the victory and good luck going forward.
Thank you so much, guys, for being here, and appreciate it.
All right.
Thank you, Coach.
Absolutely. A
Good luck.
post-game interview sponsored by Carlow University, of course, the proud sponsor of all girls athletics here on the Trib Live High School Sports Network. That was head coach Ron Zielmanski. Very detailed explanation, not only of this game, but maybe what to expect going forward for Keystone Oaks. Once again, they knock off Belle Vernon 72-49. That means that we have a little bit of business left to take care of. And Kevin, I'll let you do the honors if you're ready for the post-game scoring recap.
Just give me a couple minutes here.
All right. Well, how about this? We have one more commercial we need to get to, so we'll go to that. We'll come back, and we'll get the scoring recap sponsored by UPMC Sports Medicine. Once again, your final score, 72-49. Keystone Oaks knocks off Belle Vernon. It's 2017-18 WPIAL Girls Basketball, sponsored by Carlow University here on the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
a weekly in-depth look at boys and girls high school basketball in the district, log on to the WPIAL Round Ball Report every Wednesday at 6 p.m. here on the Trib Live High School Sports Network. Join experts Chris Harlan, Sean Meyers, and James Dotson for coaches' interviews and the latest hoops news around the WPIAL. Oh, and Don Rebel is back on the show as well. That's the WPIAL Round Ball Report, Wednesday at 6 p.m. here on the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
This is the Trib Live High School Sports Network. Sean Meyers, Kevin Zielmanski, just about set to wrap this one up. I want to thank Chris Lackner for manning the camera. He is the extraordinary videographer that we certainly appreciate his work. Doing a great job.
Pinch hitting. He got the late call out of the bullpen.
He's always ready. He is always ready. Sometimes he just goes home and practices filming in his living room just in case he gets called upon. So before we get into the scoring recap, just want to recap the team outlook now after this one. Belle Vernon falls to 16-5, 11-2 in the section. So now clearly a second place finish on the horizon for the Leopards. For Belle Vernon, one more key game against Elizabeth Ford. That is at Belle Vernon on February 7th. For Keystone Oaks, the victory improves the Golden Eagles to 17-3 overall. More importantly, staying unbeaten at 13-0 in Class 4A Section 3, in sole possession of first place and clinching first place in the section in the process. The next game at South Park, that one on the 8th. So it is now time for the scoring recap, sponsored by UPMC Sports Medicine, powering to stay strong and play on program with the network. Kevin, the honors.
Okay, for the visiting Belle Vernon Leopards, they scored 17, 9, 6, and 17 for a total of 49. I believe we got all the points correct. We tried to get as many of the rebounds, assists, steals, and blocks that we can. Taylor Kovac, she fouled out at that time. She had 3 points, 2 rebounds, assists, 2 steals. Rachel Wobrak came in late, added a point. Kelsey Green, double-double. 15 points, 10 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals. Outstanding game for her. Lindsay Steeworth, 12 points, 1 assist. Kira Buff, 9 points, 4 rebounds, 2 steals. Caitlin Trombley, 3 points, a rebound, a steal. Kyla Williams, 1 point, 1 rebound, coming in late. Kylie Campbell, 4.7 rebounds. Taylor Rodriguez, 2 points and a steal. For the home-standing Golden Eagles, they scored, Belle Vernon committed 19 turnovers by my count. Keystone Oaks Eagles, they scored 25-17, 13-17 for a total of 72. Olivia Stumpo, 3 points, 4 rebounds. Isabella Bogdan, 9 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists, and a steal. Caitlin Workmaster, 1 rebound off the bench late. Jalen Hoffman, 16 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists, and 2 steals. Gabby Harris, 5 points, 5 points, a steal, and a block. The honoree tonight for her 1,000th career point, the junior Jillian Piccolino, 17.7 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals. Keegan Brownlee, 8 points, 2 assists. Erin Feeney, 7 points, 1 rebound. And Linda Washburn, 7 points, 1 rebound, all coming in the first half. I know I missed a few assists here and there, but sometimes you can't get everything.
Well, we got a lot of it in the scoring recap once again, sponsored by UPMC Sports
13
Medicine.
turnovers for KO. Sorry to add that.
No, that's glad that you added that. Of course, turnovers always seem to be at the forefront of every coach's mind. That, of course, is UPMC Sports Medicine's scoring recap, sponsoring the Stay Strong and Play On program with the Trib Live High School Sports Network. That one's going to do it here from Keystone Oaks High School. Once again, your final score, Keystone Oaks 72, Belle Vernon 49, as KO clinches the section championship. Thank you for Chris Lackner, our cameraman. For Kevin Zielmanski, this is Sean Meyers signing off. You've been watching 2017-18 WPIAL Girls Basketball. It's been here on the Trib Live High School Sports Network and sponsored by Carlow University. Good night, everybody.
You have been listening to WPIAL Basketball 2017-2018 here on the Trib Live High School Sports Network and sponsored by UPMC Sports Medicine. by AstroTurf, by Carlo University, proud sponsor of the 2018 WPIAL Girls Basketball Playoffs, and by Trib Total Media. You can follow the 2017-2018 WPIAL Boys and Girls Basketball season every day by logging on to Trib, hssn.triblive.com. The preceding has been a special presentation of the Trib Live High School Sports Network.